Screw it. We're just gonna do it. Can we turn that down? Thank you. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Saturday Morning Motorcycle. I forgot to change the title. Welcome, everybody. We are going to be going over 3 videos today. So if you're brand new to this and you just started seeing, you just click the video after it's already been done. I'm Daniel. I'm DanDanTheFireman. I've been doing this for, how many years? 4, 5, 6, 5 years? Going over motorcycle crashes and close calls, and the whole goal is to figure out what they did right, what they did wrong, and we can learn some lessons from that using the after-action review process. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I utilize my firefighter training, 11 years as a career firefighter, International Association of Professional Drivers, and having to navigate roads that are constantly blocked and nobody can really see for some reason. Nobody can see an ambulance with lights and sirens, a fire truck and lights and sirens. So how do you navigate the roads that way? Well, I was taught that. And then also been riding since November 2011. I became an MSF rider coach in January 2019 and just did a bunch of stuff. Accident scene management instructor, tactical emergency casualty care, certifications, stop the bleed certifications, just all over the place. Just kind of doing a lot of stuff, taking a lot of motorcycle classes. My last one that I did take was it was a BRC. So, I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy, but I've taken Total Control 1 and 2, the advanced riding clinics. But yeah, the last class as a nice refresher was end of July, and I'm currently writing out and actually filmed Unit 1, Lesson 1, and Lesson 2 about gear, but I'm going to redo it because I have a better idea first few things. And last week I was sick, so guess what? It turned out to be COVID. So that was fun. And I'm just now getting the congestion out, but I tested COVID-free yesterday, so I'm pretty happy about that because it really did suck a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as what everyone said. I didn't, but still, it was probably the worst sore throat I've had in a very long time, so that sucked. So I am back today. Next week I'll be here, but the week after that, I'll be gone. So we're doing 3 videos today. We're going to do 3 videos next week, and we're going to roll over those extra 2 in those 2 weeks for the week I will be gone. So that sucks. But we're going to be going over some crashes and close calls and have some fun there. We just kind of hang out at the beginning. We typically try to go for 100 likes. Before we jump into the first one. That's how you sign into class. We do have a little class set up here, so make sure you guys grab a seat, grab a donut. We have a bunch of donuts. You guys tend to not grab one. It's kind of weird. At the end of class, they're still there, and nobody likes to sit up in these front 6, 7 seats. So I don't know what you guys doing in the back. It reminds me because that's where all the markers are. So I need to get one of the markers out. Hopefully you guys did not eat all the good ones. We typically use the green because you guys like the red. For some reason you say it tastes like strawberry, but there is absolutely no flavor. Okay, we got the marker here. There we go. You ate the crayons, John? Leave the yellows for me. If you're doing the biker ren and by friend for Motostars, I'm in that one. Which one is that one? So we have 3. So we're doing the 12 minutes of crazy and epic when you think you're fast, and then like this older one from 2 years ago. So maybe that one. Which one is that one? Let's go to Motostars. Motostars tends to put out some of the better ones. He doesn't use a lot of oh, so you're in this one? Oh, very nice. He doesn't use a lot of road rage, but when he does, I like to skip that because honestly, that's a skill set of emotional regulation that a lot of people... It would be a whole different type of class if we were talking about emotional regulation. You got a Whataburger. Nice, Bell Rock. I haven't had one in a very long time. Girlfriend finally got gear, so now I get to ride with the backpack sometimes. New layer of enjoyment, but is it weird if she's in Joe Rock gear and I'm in leather? No, it's not weird. No, she's got gear. Being a smart rider. No, it's not weird at all. Not weird at all. Got to get what you got to get. Start somewhere. We do have a sale going on right now. We do have the drill booklet. It's 25% off. So I think every time that happens, come on guys, help me out here. I think it's like $11.25 because it's $15. I haven't increased that price, and I constantly give discounts. But you can put your phone on your handlebars and you can practice all the drills for $15. But with the 25% off, it's like 11 something. And anybody can get it. International shipping because it's an instant download. I'm off the bike for a little bit while longer. No, okay. I've been working on. So we have I have the course. Oh, by the way, let me check and see. Let me check and see if he actually updated. Because the course website, we just finalized the project, and I want to see. I got to do the verification code. I want to see if he actually finished the last part. So I'm working on now filming everything and then putting it in the framework that I've already set in. And then once I do that and I switch over the domain, I will be sending out an email to all of you that are currently in the MTC Rider Academy. It's on a different platform. I'll be sending all of you guys a 1 year. No, I'm sorry. I'll be sending all of you guys. Yeah, screw it. I'll be sending all of you guys a 1 year free to take the new course. And the new course, there we go. So I gotta change this. I mean, I look good there, but the beard is not the same. So this is gonna be the price point for the course. We got the drills coming up, the membership. So this will be, you'll get a 1 year for that. So let's learn more. Yes. So he updated it. Yes. So we have the intro. We have all of this going on. So this is the new course. This is the new course. The Smart Rider drills. We're going to do a few of these. Okay, this needs to be updated. That is not. I'll let them know about that. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. And then here, rescue and mentoring. Because we're going to be focusing a little bit about mentoring a little bit. And then the workbooks. You're going to get how to use a trauma kit and some templates and everything like that. So this is going to be the new course. And here's the thing. So we have that phone-friendly version. So as soon as the course launches, you're going to be able to just go ahead and add your name and email, and you're going to get a free one no matter what. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I got to change that too. These are all a lot of these are placeholders. So you get the free booklet. I got to change that. Look at that beard. Remember that beard? Woo-wee. I remember that day, or those days. Little ZZ Top looking thing. The free booklet. QR codes, categorized drills. Look at that. So I'm pretty excited about it. And the cool thing about, let's go ahead and get out of this. The cool thing about the new website is that it has an app with it. So everything you can do, you just put it on your phone. Boom, you can take the course with the app. So now it's about filming all of that stuff. And then once that's done, guys, I have all these big ideas. Once that's done, I'm going to be working on the rescue course because I want to actually show you guys a lot of that stuff. It's kind of like Stop the Bleed in a way. And then I'll be making a book. So I'm super excited about that. That's good. Big ideas, lots of work ahead of me. This has taken me forever. This is the third version of the basic Smart Rider course. The first one launched November 21, and then slowly but surely, I mean, I went through a divorce, so that kind of sucked. And then like end of 22, 23, beginning of 23. No. mid to end of 23, I launched the second version. The goal is to constantly do a new one. Let's go ahead and bring it back up. Actually. So let's go ahead, go to the membership. So this is going to be the bread and butter of the membership, or of the site. And so you're going to get, if you sign up as a member, it's $150 a year. So it's like what, 12? No, not 12 bucks. I can't think. Yeah, about 11, 12 bucks a month. You're going to get all the current and future courses. So once I update the rescue course, you automatically get it. And then every single time I update the course, you get it. And then the community section, so it's going to be a like a forum, and then a weekly community live session on Friday mornings. So we do these Thursday mornings typically, and I'll be back in class Friday mornings to do this with you guys, but it's going to be like an actual lesson, one of the lessons. My goal, and the reason why we have this, it's a 10 chapter build out of the whole class. And so we're going to be going over all of this in a 10-week span, and we're going to take like a 2 weeks off, and then another 10 week and 2 weeks off, and another 10 week and 2 weeks off. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And then, oh, let's go back down. No, let's go back to membership. And so that's going to be happening during the actual community, the weekly live session. Then we're going to have a weekly newsletter, which is going to have a Smart Rider Games challenge. I'm going to be in the parking lot. I'm going to go ahead and do it as fast as I possibly can, and I'm going to see who can beat my time. And it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm like the absolute best there is. I want you guys to beat my time, because then that motivates me to go back and try to beat your time, and then you try to beat my time, I try to beat your time, and we're all just trying to help each other out. And it's gonna be a lot. Was there no link at the? Yeah, there's a link. Okay, sweet. And so like this is gonna be the bread and butter of everything, and I'm gonna slowly be building out. Look at that. Look at that. Woo wee. And then I'll be like, for the rescue card, there's gonna be downloads and stuff, so you can just download it and print it off yourself. You get the digital downloads of the drill booklet, the rescue booklet, and then whenever the book comes out, you just download that if you want, and you can get the physical version if you want. So this is going to be the transition into what I'm going to be doing. So the best way, Arena 40 Classic, you lost your mustache. Just click that join button. It's only $1 a month. So I was thinking about this, and why I was like so stressed out about doing a lot of this stuff. Is that I try to like relate it to like what it felt like in the past, because it's like this does feel familiar. Why I'm so stressed out? It's because when I switched from firefighting, that transition into doing this full time, I was taking a huge risk. It's like I'm doing something completely different, and I had to like learn so much, take so many classes, went accident management, got an MSF rider coach. But before that, I took as many classes as I possibly could. I became a rider aide, a coach aide out at a local place. So then I got to set all the cones. I got to watch the classes. I got to basically intern before I became a coach. And I was like, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's pretty scary. And then slowly it built out into what we're doing here. Kelly from Two Brothers Bushcraft, welcome. Nice mustache. And it was like really freaky. And I transitioned to this, and then I was doing this full time. But when I first started doing it, I was just doing tip videos and doing whatever I could do. And it got to the point where, yeah, this became successful. And then I kind of got into this mode of like, just like I was as a firefighter, it's like I kind of got comfortable. I kind of like, I know what I'm doing this. And then COVID hit, and it really started spiking. I'm like, oh, I must be doing something good. And I was like, well, I really want to transition to something a little bit different. So it's like, got a little bit bored. Which is a good thing creatively, because then you're like, okay, I got to do something different. And so now I've been doing these live streams Thursdays, or at least once a week for a couple of years. And I've just been building out, learning, and learning how to write, learning how to organize all the information I've ever had, and just building it out into something else. And this is like the third iteration of the course. New website, new everything. The shop's going well, and yeah, that's why I'm like stressed out. It's because I'm doing something different. So it's like I'm transitioning from just YouTube stuff to basically having an academy, like a real academy. Not like, oh, it's an idea, I want to try it out. It's like, no, it's like I'm completely switching over. Still doing this. Like, I don't want to give up doing live classes and live streams, because that's being built in. And so now it's like I'm gonna dedicate even more time to doing this consistently. I wrote out my own schedule. I have to, as somebody, I guess I want to say entrepreneur, but it's somebody that's a content creator and it's like my own boss. It's like I have to create my own schedules. So I created my own schedule around this, and it's pretty scary because the firefighting and that job kind of like helped fund, and the hobby was motorcycle training, and now the fun hobby is live streams, and this is the new job. Hi, Bike Demon, how you doing? And so now it's like I'm transitioning into this, and so it's pretty scary, pretty interesting, long time coming. But this is gonna be the new thing that is gonna be hyper focused on, and the live streams have become kind of easy to do. So that's what I'm gonna do, like as the bread and butter. But then once this becomes the new thing, then it's like I can redo some fun live stream classes and stuff. But the Smart Rider Games Challenge, that's gonna be like the new focus. The community aspect is gonna be the new focus. The course is gonna be the new focus. The live lessons twice a week now is gonna be the new focus, and then constantly building out new videos that are just for members. And then like a month or two later, it goes on YouTube. So I'm really excited about this, and this is gonna be my new focus instead of just kind of like the hobby. So I'm happy. Russell, thank you for being here. And so like it's really fun. And so I have like big ideas. I want to build a book around the course. I want to build some in-person things if I can. So I got like a 1, 2, 3, 5 year goal. And so I don't know, super excited. One of the focuses I want to do is not the main, but one of the focuses I want to do is I want to reach out to motorcycle riding groups and get them some training so they can mentor the new members that keep coming in. Before I do that, I got to do this, because that's kind of what I'm focused on, is you guys. So super excited about this. A lot of these are placeholder photos. So you get the drill booklet, friendly booklet, and video examples all on your phone instead of having to download like this, and then you can't get the videos. This website allows an app so you can get the videos with it. So I'm pretty excited about it. Lots of work ahead of me. Lots of work ahead of me. When does the new site go live? Sorry, I just came in. Probably, I have to give myself like a deadline. I really want it to go live November 1st. I think that's realistic, because I do have to film. I just bought, let me see. I just bought the new Insta360 Ace Pro. So I'm getting camera equipment. I got the new motorcycle set up. I'm ready to go. So I have to film. Let me go ahead and get back to this. And I have to actually let them know. It's like, hey, there's a mistake. So I have to film the overview and the Smart Rider principles. I have to film all these videos. I have to film all these videos. I have to tell him about this one. That one needs to change. I have to film all these videos. And then this one Prep Medic did, but some of the templates and the glossary and stuff I gotta write out. But yeah, I gotta film was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. 34 videos in a sequential order, some logical progression. But this is have been all built out. And that's what this is, really. All these. So it's a lot of videos. But it's coming together, guys. I know you guys have been following me for a while. And I've been talking about this for a while. But we're gonna. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm motivated again. To really get into this in the book. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to really put in a lot of hard work and a lot of stress on my life. So pretty excited about it. It's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a bit. If a guy ever counters the death wall, what do they do if they got no balance and or whatever it's called? So roll at the throttle. And then try your best. The goal is to try to prevent a lot of that stuff. So hitting a bump at high speeds is usually what causes it, outside of poor motorcycle maintenance, having fork oil issues, fork spring issues. That will cause a lot of that. Try to avoid bumps that you see in the road. Hey, John A., welcome to the crew. But roll off the throttle the best you can. Bike wants to stabilize. Digital booklet acquired. Hey, $11.25, that's what it is. $11.25 for the digital booklet with the coupon code that's linked in the chat and in the description. Guys, we have 80 or 95 of you in here, or 88 of you in here. Let's get 100 likes. There's 53 likes, so if you haven't clicked that like button, click that like button. We're going to get started on this Motostars video. We have 3 videos that we're going to be going over today. If you're just now jumping in, we do crashes and close call reviews to figure out what happened, how it happened, see what they did right, what they did wrong, and try not to do some of the same stuff that they do, but then also try to do the stuff that they did right. So it's a good learning lesson, because I don't want you guys going through this stuff yourself and then not knowing what to do. So if you see what somebody does and it's like, okay, I remember what I'm supposed to do, like whenever you get into that situation. Jeez. This week, I've finished another test in my path of being a state police. Nice! Hey, chipping away at it. Small accomplishments. Before you know it, you look back, boom, you got it. You got it. You got it. Sweet. So what has everybody been up to? I've been sick, like I said, for all of last week. Right after I got back from Vegas, and then I'm definitely over. Well, I'm over. I tested negative for COVID, but I had COVID. And anybody doing any hobbies? That's what I'm trying to get at. Anybody doing any hobbies outside of motorcycle riding? Man, I've been really picking up golf. Oh, been picking up golf. Shot an 85. I'm about 85 to 90 on my stuff. My goal, and it's fun because it's like I have to become a beginner again. And so, of course you have to hit the ball well. But then there's also some strategy when it comes to actually playing golf. It's like, try to get it best lie, try to play to your skill sets and kind of do it. So like my goal is to do one really good drive, one good chip, and then 2-putt. My goal is to 2-putt. If I get a 3-putt, then I'm hitting bogeys. So like at first I was like, I really just want to get like a 280 drive, but now I'm like, oh, 220, 250 with a good roll, that's good. If I can get somewhat close to the pin after that chip or that second hit on a par 4, then I can probably 2-putt, and then they'll get me par. That's been pretty good. I'm 13 years old, and painting paintings have made $2,000 this summer. Nice, Odin, using your skill set. Just got done with short lunch ride. I really need more friendly glasses / helmet temples are killing me right now. So I use, I think there's a link in the description. So I ride with sunglasses. Yeah, there's a link in the description for 10% off. Oh, you know what? I have to probably change that because they just switched to a different affiliate. Well, if I can't get you 10% off, Flying Eyes Optics. Well, it looks like it works. Looks like it still works. Flying Eyes Optics. This is what I use. They did send me these. So it's like I didn't pay for myself, and they are kind of expensive, but they're worth it to me, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to use my head as the contrast. They're super thin, and they're bendable, and they stay nice and close, and they're so light, and they fit really well inside the helmet, and I don't get that pain pressure. And I still kind of do, like on the where my ears are, kind of like where these headphones are. But I've used other glasses, and those hurt. So Flying Eyes Optics is really good for that, and they do have prescription inserts, so you might want to check it out just to see. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's a sticker shock when it comes to how much it costs, but glasses are kind of expensive for the most part. But they work so well. So well. Just got back to reading again. All nonfiction history and psychology self-help. I have 13 books now, and I've read 2 so far. Russell, nice. If you like psychology and self-help, I really like all the Robert Greene books. I think my favorite one so far is Mastery by Robert Greene. But I think you might need to read the 48 Laws of Power at least before getting to that one, because it does give you some insights into the mastery part. But Mastery is an amazing book. What other books do I have? So I listen to Audible a lot. I want to show you guys how many I have. 137 Audibles. One that I really liked was The Coaching Habit, which is really good for active listening type stuff. Clear Thinking was okay. It was good. I need to redo it though, just because it is what it is. If you're a people pleaser, No More Mr. Nice Guy is good. Relentless by Tim S. Grover is pretty good. The Jordan Peterson books are really good. 12 Rules for Life is pretty good. Never Finished by David Goggins is pretty good. The Dichotomy of Leadership by Jocko Willink is pretty good. Life Skills for Adult Children was pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones. If you want to do something that's like nonfiction, Gates of Fire. Anybody heard of Gates of Fire before by Stephen Pressfield? One of my favorite books. Robert Greene is Mastery by Robert Greene with Greene. Great book. It's a class basically in a book, and I loved it in Audible. Any Audible book that I get that I really love, I just buy the printed book just so I can have it on the shelf. It's really good. Sometimes I think my hobby is arguing with my wife. Well, you can practice your communication skills. I guess that could be good. Went camping with friends last night. Let me tell you, nighttime forest is just magical. Yes. Purchase first street bike in your videos immediately translated subconscious lane positions at least. Thank you, Dan. Hey, redacted. Thank you. Really, really thank you. I just got carpal tunnel surgery. Oof. I started getting that, and I had to take a nice long break. 48 Laws of Power and Mastery by Robert Greene. Very, very good books. What's up, Jorge? How you doing? Batman is wild? Yeah, okay. 77 likes, guys. Let's get 23 more likes. We're going to get started on here. We're just kind of chatting with the chat. Just chatting on the chat. Batman is Batman or that man as well. Do you know anything about Motorcycle Mechanics Institute? Yes, I did a little walkthrough and I did a little meet and greet at MMI in Phoenix. And they have an amazing facility. You learn so much. If you want to get into motorcycle mechanic stuff, definitely go to MMI. They have them all over the country, but I went to the one in Phoenix. Or hey, keep watching. We're going to go over some road strategy. Steven, what did I miss? So what would you recommend it? What did I miss, Steven? Would I recommend what? Let me try to read the chat. I can't see what you wrote. Today I got some new tires and hit the back roads on my cruising about no one behind me, and some dude in the opposite lane tried running me out. Oh, jeez, Massius. Oh, MMI, you're the one that asked that. Duh. Would I recommend it? Yes. Yeah. Or I do know I used to know the person that was in Orlando that did the marketing for them. Inseams and seat heights. I have a 28-inch inseam, and I'm starting to realize almost all bikes are too tall. So, yeah, you'll see like a Honda Rebel. It says it's a 25-inch height for the seat, and you have to realize that when you're standing up straight, it's your 28 inches is standing up straight. But then when you sit on a bike, it's a little bit out. So that will make a difference. But that's from the seat height to the ground. Seat height to the pegs are a little different. So you might have to do 1 foot on the ground at a light. But when you're riding it's even big bikes are pretty easy to handle. Sending love from Louisiana. Videos got me back into riding. Riding smart and safe are that nice. Yes. I'm glad you're here. Just got done with your first MSF course. So much fun. Yeah, those little bikes are fun to play around on. Films really helped me avoid crashing. Thanks a lot. You're welcome, Massius. Check out Dude on the Motorcycle. She's shorter. Yeah, so she has some great recommendations. And she can ride some big bikes. Yeah, it just takes a little bit used to. You're shorter. Yeah, I'm 5'6" with a 30-inch inseam. I was looking for okay. 82 likes, guys. Let's get some likes. Let's get 18 more likes. We're gonna get started once we hit that 100. There's 112 of you in class right now. So make sure you guys click that like button. It's out in the back. You just click it and grab yourself a donut, take a seat. If you want to take some notes, that's cool. This is recorded. And these videos, once I hit the record button, they go out on Saturday, Sundays. So if you miss, you can also watch it on Saturday, Sundays. Yeah, the Rebels are really great bikes. I have a Rebel 500 and Indian FTR 1200, and both are pretty good. I do really like being able to put my feet down, both feet down at a light. Makes a huge difference. Why is it always a Prius? Yeah, I mean, like a lot of stuff, like you'll start to see side of the vehicle, open lane pattern. You kind of just let people in. It's not a big deal, even when you're driving. And that's a lot of that stuff. A lot of the road strategy and patterns came from firefighting, because it's like when I'm driving an ambulance, it's like I can't, especially with a patient in the back, I can't accelerate super hard, brake really hard. So it's like I have to be very cooperative on the road. And so once I started seeing like certain patterns, because I'd be driving 100 miles a day on shift, but you have to think it's all in town. So it's 100 miles in town. And I got to see a lot over 11 years. Hello, chat. 97 likes. 3 more likes. We're going to get started, guys. Do firefighter take turn driving, or is it designated? It's typically designated. On the 100 likes, guys. When it comes to the ambulance or the rescue, it's typically the EMT driving, and the paramedic is in the passenger seat because they have a lot of other stuff they got to do. So, all right, guys. We're going to be jumping into this video. If you know how we do this, we click that record button. We do a quick little intro. And we do have a sale going on right now for the Smart Rider drills. It's the digital version of the drill booklet. So here's the drill booklet. So it's the digital version of this booklet. But this way, if you get the booklet and you have a physical version, it's cool to read, but then it's hard to do and look at it when you're out on the bike. So then this right here allows you to just put this on your handlebars. And it's like, I want to practice the boxer's glove. So you put on your handlebars and you have the diagram right on your handlebars, and you can just like practice, look at it real quick, practice. And then after like a couple, you're like, I got it. I don't need to look at this. And you just do it. It's for speed. So I'm pretty excited about that. This is one of my favorite things that I've designed. And even the easy one, like the righty tighty, if you notice, it's one U-turn that's wide, then it's another U-turn that is not as wide, and then a very sharp U-turn. So you're doing 3 U-turns within a fun little exercise, and before you know it, you're like, oh, I've been doing U-turns this whole time, and I'm really good at it. All right, guys, 105 likes. We're going to be jumping right into this. Once again, like I said, I'm going to be doing the ad read real quick, and then we're going to be talking about this. So thank you guys for joining the class. Tell all your friends to kind of jump in, and let's watch these videos. So 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. We're going to be jumping into this MotorStars video. It's going to be talking about crashes and close calls. We're trying to figure out what happened, how it happened, and utilize some of the motorcycle knowledge that I have so that I can teach you guys what to do for road strategy. But right now, what we have is a sale going on. If you want to do some parking lot practice, you can put this on your handlebars. These are the Smart Rider drills. It's 25% off right now. It's about $11.20. Instant download. Put it on your handlebars. Practice. Get yourself going. But let's go ahead and talk about these crashes and close calls and figure out what happened. So I was an MSF rider coach for a while, but firefighter for 11 years, driving the ambulance. Lots of road strategy, lots of patterns we're going to be looking out for.
In this episode, we have many crazy situations that these riders had to face. It's really worth learning from them.
Let's see what happens. We talk about open lane patterns, sides of the vehicles. It's an intersection right here, so you're paying attention. So watch out for road surface hazards right here. Maybe we're going to slip. There it is. So one of the common things that happens, like with like a little slide out like that. Okay, good job. Put the side stand down so you don't tip it all the way over. Good job with the balance. It's a beautiful bike. Sucks that it fell. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this one real quick. So we're coming up to here. This is an intersection. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to go ahead and front load a lot of the information that we have up front. What we talk about is the Smart Rider principles. These are the things that we focus on when it comes to riding our motorcycle. So acquiring gear, rescuing, and all that other stuff. And then we also talk about the MTC awareness stages that we're going to be during these videos. So these, it's going to go away real quick. We're going to bring it back up. So the goal is to stay in yellow stage. Go into orange stage during hazardous situations, and red stage, we have to act on things. Let's bring it back up. White stage, you're zoned out. You don't want to be zoned out. A lot of people say, I like to ride motorcycles because I get to zone out. No, what you're actually doing is you're zoning into the ride, and having that focus really is really, really fun, to be quite honest. Zoning out is you're sleeping. You're zoning in, so it's really fun. So brown stage, you panic. So you're supposed to do something, you panic, and you get a little bit of brown in your pants. That's why it's brown. And we focus heavily on the plan method. This is something that's based off the OODA loop. So we're going to position for safety, locate, assess, and navigate active threats. So positioning for safety, we're looking for escape routes. At least one. I want you to have 2, but at least one. We're going to be going over a lot of that. Let's go and bring that back up. Locate hazard situations. You notice it's color-coded. So we go into orange stage and we go to intersections, curves. We see any open lane patterns, sides of the vehicles. And when we see that side of the vehicle or any of the curves, we have to make sure that we can see if there's any relevant threats. We don't want to be, not everything's a threat, but something could be. And so once we do finally see something, we have to navigate around that into a new position for safety. So it's a big loop, just like the OODA loop. Observe, orient, decide, and act. And so that's what we're focusing on here. So we're coming up to an intersection, and that's going to be a locating hazardous situation because we have cars that come out, pedestrians, road surface hazards, a bunch of stuff like oil, gravel. And so when we come up to here and we're going to make a right-handed turn, now think about it. When it rains a lot, where does all the oil, or not oil, oil too, where does the oil and gravel and everything kind of shuffle off? Well, it shuffles off towards the outside. So you're going to have possible gravel in this area. So be very careful when it comes to making these tight turns. I like to go nice and wide, kind of like a car. I pretend I'm a car in that situation so I can avoid any gravel and any of those things. So now that we kind of front loaded a lot of that information, we're going to watch the rest of the videos and see what happens. So why does a tire lose traction? Well, it needs weight. It needs weight on that tire in order to do that. And when you accelerate, it takes a little bit and it starts to spin it. Takes a little bit of traction. Braking takes a little bit of traction. Turning takes a little bit of traction. But if you do a lot of those things at once, especially on a turn, you lose traction. And what can take away traction? Gravel, road surface hazards, anything like that. So it kind of sucks if it does happen. You did everything you could. You whatever, just things happen. That's why being a smart rider, acquiring and using personal protective equipment, just in case something like this does happen, you're protected. So we're trying to mitigate risks with our skills and then with gear. So make sure you wear full gear. This feels like a video, not a live stream. Well, Odin, it is a live stream. So once again, we do live streams Thursdays around 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So car hit into the side of the motorbike. So this is also another orange state situation. You notice how it's a hazardous area. You don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes people like that will do that. Sometimes you'll get T-boned. So there's not much you could have done in this situation other than like if he clipped your leg wearing gear, right? Sometimes that happens. Wasn't paying attention. Now, why did you think, right in the chat, I'm going to answer the question anyways. Why do you think that driver might have not seen that person? We're just trying to understand. We're not making excuses for them. But why do you think that driver did not see that motorcycle rider? Just what's in our face right now? We have sun. We have the sun in our eyes. So sun's in our eyes, sun's in their eyes. We're a small little target. They just didn't see us. So it was an accident, but accidents can cause some dangerous things for us. That's why we wear gear. So be aware of that. This music, I swear, Motostars. All right, what do we got here? Oh, merged into, oh, not good. Not good. Now, they weren't supposed to do that in intersections. You're not really supposed to change lanes in intersections. We did recognize that this guy was coming out of nowhere. So when it comes to planning our ride, as soon as you see that, so we have that perception reaction, we have to do an action to get ourselves into a new position for safety. So swerving to the right would be good instead of just watching it happen. So it is what it is. It sucks, but when we wear gear, hopefully it mitigates a lot of that stuff. Because the impact to that left shoulder, left arm, that's where motorcycle gear is, or motorcycle armor is placed. And then any road rash on that arm, that's where the motorcycle jacket will come into hand or come into play. Overall sucks. Swing those hips around. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, so we have civilized conversation between motorcycle and car. Here we go. So everyone's kind of moving over. Now we have the car not knowing what to do because they're used to cars. He's just overall confused. What are we gonna do?
All right? Yeah, I'm just trying to get by. Well, you're kind of getting these guys off the road too. It's crazy. Get past us. We're stopping up here and get on your way, man. Yeah, I'm really trying. We'll get out of your way.
So people, I like how he handled it.
Hey, we'll be out of your way in just.
I like how the motorcycle rider handled it.
We'll be out of your way, okay? Great. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Good. That's how you do it.
This rider was totally caught off guard and the visibility wasn't great either. Another biker didn't.
Okay. Line of sight issue. Okay, we have pedestrians. Oh, not good. So, once again, we're just trying to understand why the motorcyclist went out into the road. Not necessarily making excuses for them. But can you see the motorcyclist right now? No, you can't. Okay, so we have a line of sight issue, and this happens with car drivers. It happens with us. It happens to another motorcycle rider, right? So we're coming up here with a line of sight issue. They can't see us. We can't see them. All of a sudden, we can hear. So what can we do in this situation? We can do some progressive braking. So we can apply that front brake slowly, but more and more and more and more while we get traction. Or we can swerve left. We do have a car coming into that oncoming lane, but we swerve left and we swerve right back in. So overall, terrible situation. Tried. Didn't work. And we dumped the bike. And this is why we wear full gear just in case. Here we go. So we're having some fun. We're going to switch over. What is that called, everybody? For us. You typically see it with car drivers switching over. It's called an open lane pattern. So typically, if this car driver did not want to be behind this car driver, they're going to switch over, right? Because this is an open lane. So we're talking about open lane pattern. So once you see a stack of cars, be aware that they will switch over. But we did the same thing, right? We're going a little bit faster. We don't want to be stuck behind this vehicle. So once we get past this vehicle, we're going to switch into the next lane. So if we do that, other people typically do that. He says master cylinder locked up on him. So we just switched into an open lane. That's an open lane pattern. So it locked up on him. Thankfully, he moved off to the side of the road, was able to fall on grass versus in traffic. Hey, it's a Chrysler Pacifica. I got a nice little white one. They're fun. So he put the side stand down. Very good. Okay. So once you lift it over, it just goes on the side stand.
I went to change lanes. Surprise.
Oh! Handled it well.
Broken fog light.
Oh, that's not good.
Bent free spirits extension.
Oh, jeez.
Bent shift rod.
So if it bends all that, what do you think it would do to your tiv fib on your lower leg?
Chain
So you can't see the hazard.
lanes.
All of a sudden, oh crap,
Surprise.
boom. High impact. Thankfully, it didn't smash his leg open.
Shift rod.
Crimson Driver with the $10 super chat. Then thanks for doing these ARs and being the voice of safety in the motorcycle community. You're a gem. Don't ever stop. I will try not to stop. I gotta basically die to stop here. I love doing this. I love serving you guys. All right, what do we got here? Anybody coming out? Left turners, right turners, road surface hazard. What do we got? Oh, a little up and over. Thankfully, he landed it and parked the bike. Perfect for an oil change to drain all the. Just kidding. He's got bad gas. That's how you get the gas out. The gas tank. So why did that happen? Obviously, he grabbed some traction on that front tire and kept it and went up and over. But why did he even apply the brakes in the first place? Did we miss a turn? Oh, he's got hazards. So look at it. He's got the hazards on. So something must be happening. But I don't know why we slammed the brakes. Was he practicing? I don't know. Write in the comments. What do you guys think? Practicing stoppies, you think? Yeah. That could happen. Technically, he did a pretty good stoppie. All right, here we go. Oh, open lane pattern. So right here, stack of cars on the right side. Stack of cars on the right side. And then the person sees an opening. So this is a hazard when it comes to lane filtering or lane splitting. So there's the opening. Can't do much in this situation. This is why you don't want to go super fast when it comes to lane filtering or lane splitting, because you don't have a lot of total stopping distance. Like you see it, you start to react, but you don't have a lot of good braking distance, and that's pretty difficult to do. So that's why you want to go at a slower speed, because your braking distance will be a lot shorter when you're going at a slower speed.
In this clip we can see the downside of lane splitting. At that speed the rider had almost no chance to react in time.
Thanks, Motostars. Thankfully, he kept it up and didn't hit the guardrail, because that would have been terrible. That would have been terrible. Thank you, Gonzo Bonzo. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and skip to the next. Yeah, you can practice his straight line weave there. All right, here we go. Going speed limit, basically. Anybody going to merge into us? Yep. So whenever I get into a blind spot, this is a blind spot for that car driver, I like to either slow down or speed up. In this situation, if I'm already going at speed, I'll go ahead and roll off the throttle just a little bit. And you'd be surprised how much 2 to 3 miles per hour difference makes at this speed. That person will start to go pretty much further than you, and you get into more of a staggered position. So when it comes to riding with other cars, not just motorcyclists, I like to be staggered just in case. So at this point, roll off the throttle. Just roll the throttle or apply some brake pressure. You notice how you moved over into a new position for safety? I would prefer just to roll off the throttle, let them have it. Not a big deal. All right, Moto Cruiser. Here we go, having some fun. Blind corner. Oh, corner went a little bit sharper. Didn't notice until it went a little wide. Now, this is why you go to the track to kind of practice your higher speed turning. He's going to check his pants right now. Oh, no, 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 no.
Gravel.
You could have, yeah, it was gravel because you went off-road. Good thing he's got some frame protectors, little slide bars. Help protect the bike. But you could have just kept going, maybe slowed it down a little bit and started thinking about it, making those turns a little bit easier. So when it comes to this, we're going around this corner, and we think it's going to be like this nice, easy arc all the way, the same arc all the way. But then it was doing this, and then it turned even sharper. And so then we went a little bit wide. So it turned sharper right there. Now, thankfully, no other cars were coming. So what do we do in this situation? Roll out the throttle and commit to the turn. So we have our focal vision. We talk about target fixating. If he was staring at this pole, he would have went into the pole. Thankfully, he was still staring where he needed to go. Just roll out the throttle and then went towards that. So use target fixation as a tool. Look where you want to go. Even if you start going a little wide, still look where you need to go. Okay? So he did well until he went off the road. So right here, just go ahead and get back to like normal speed. Maybe relax a little bit. Think about it real quick. It's an easy turn. Here, it's like, oh, okay. Just keep going. Think about it. You don't have to stop right here on the dirt, which causes this little issue. All right, coming up to the light, green, we're gonna go.
Annoyed when this biker tried to overtake him. He made it very clear with a long and intense reaction.
Yeah, some club members act funny. Just let them have it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. He thinks he's in the right. His ego is easily damaged. Last thing you want to do is be side by side because he will just kick you over. Anybody play Road Rash? That old game with the chains, the video game from Sega, where they just hit each other. It could easily happen here, so just be careful. Let him have it. Not a big deal. Let him feel like a big man. I'm sure he's gonna go home, drink a couple beers, and that's the highlight of his day. You don't need to be a part of his highlight of the day of like, I got to knock over a motorcyclist. Guy's a turd. Guy's a big turd. Wearing a half helmet. I know the feeling of like, I kind of hope he crashes. Like if you're the rider here, then you start getting to a negative talk. And it's like, you know what? My life's pretty good. This guy's obviously having a tough day, week, year, life. He's going to have a tough day, week, year, life after this if he doesn't change his behavior. So you already win. You already win. This goes on way too long. Okay, we're going to skip this. I don't really care about road rage stuff. Guy's a turd. Here we go. Side of the vehicle right there. You saw them pull out. Okay, apply the brakes. Brakes, brake, 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 brake. Good job. Good job with the progressive braking. Didn't panic and moved him off into a new position for safety. So this is a good planned method situation here. So right now we're in a good position for safety because we're riding. We're locating in hazardous situations. We see a side of the vehicle right there. We're going to assess if they're a relevant threat. Are they going to stay in or go in the first available lane or go into our lane? And then if we have to, we can navigate that. So at this point, we're already kind of prepared for basically a dumb driver, right? We're kind of prepared for it. And that's the whole point of this. Like, we don't know if it's going to happen, but we're prepared for it. We don't want to be surprised. Once you get surprised, that's when bad things happen. So we're getting up to here. So at this point, I'd be rolling off the throttle. You already noticed in this view, but he's moving over into a new position for safety. So he's increasing his space cushion from this person. So that's really good. So a new position for safety. Oh, they're in our lane, so we have to do something. So progressive brake pressure, and it's now a red stage maneuver because he's in our lane or path of travel. He's going slower than us. We're going to collide into him if we don't brake or do something. So that's the end portion of navigating an active threat. So we go ahead and apply the brakes. We find a little gap right here because we're trying to find that position that is safe because the back of the vehicle is not safe. This is still safe. It's not perfect. We don't want to hit the curb. We don't want to hit the car, but guess what? We're a motorcycle. We can stay here. And once we apply the brakes, and then now they increase that space cushion, we have an escape. We have good line of sight. We're getting our space cushion back. Let them move. We might want to switch over into the other lane if we really want to. It's up to you, but it's kind of hard to do when you have a truck next to you. So just kind of keep this space cushion going. Handled it. It happens. It happens. All right, nighttime riding of factors you can't see very far. Hopefully there's no deer going to run out. Oh, left turner. Good job navigating that. Handled it really well. So he's going to apply the brakes to buy him some time. So bought him some time. and then we went from 60 to 47, and then we're going to put ourselves in a position which now we got to swerve left. So go ahead and roll off those brakes. Don't add any more speed to the bike by rolling on throttle, and then swerve left. And then now that we're in oncoming traffic, we got to swerve right. So that's what he was doing before he caught fire. All right, here we go. Watch out for anybody wanting to come out. Good job. Find the escape. Find the escape. Find the escape. Couldn't stop in time, so found an escape path. And now it's like we got to get back into our lane. Very good. Hey, it happens. It happens. But he found the escape, so that was really good. All right, intersection. Roundabouts are intersections. Watch out for anybody colliding with you, taking your lane. So this side of the vehicle right here, this person cut you off. Good job braking. So I don't like to be side by side. Like I said, I want to stay staggered with other car drivers. Oh no, drop the bike. Not a big deal. Happens.
A rider has just crashed.
So he's talking on his Cardo Pack Talk. We do have a link in the description for Cardo Pack Talk Edges and Pros. 10% off if you want to get one. I really like mine. This way I can listen to music, listen to directions, and if I'm with a bunch of people, I can talk to them instead of doing hand signals. All right, nice turn coming up.
The oncoming driver completely ignored this rider. It was a really close.
Oh, we got
call
somebody
and only the rider's
coming into our lane.
action saved the day.
So good job, new position for safety. You see that? New position for safety. So using that line. Got to do it sometimes. Got to do it.
The oncoming driver completely ignored this rider. It was a really close call and only the rider's quick reaction saved the day.
Navigated that active threat. Very good. So don't think about it, do it. And he did. Tailgating. All right. So what do we do with tailgaters? Just kind of let them have it. Let them go. Let them get in front. Get in the slower lane. Let them get in there. That was an open lane pattern for that semi-truck driver switching over because it was going slower. So we want to go in the faster lane. Plus we got a merge area. All right. At this point, roll off the throttle to increase this space cushion, because you wouldn't have enough time to react in case you had to apply the brakes, and it's raining, so your total stopping distance is terrible. So good job moving over. If we need to take this right lane or right turn, it worked out. Have right away overcoming traffic from the left. Okay. Good job. Emergency stop. Handled it. Now, yeah, if you have right away, that's fine, but I would rather keep my left leg than to keep arguing for the next, well, for the rest of my life. I had the right of way. Oh, a little too fast for the area. Little too fast for the area, because you have sides of the vehicles like this. You don't know what's coming up, but now you have to do really hard progressive braking to avoid a collision. So just slow it down in this area. When it comes to this area, when we talk about the MTC awareness stages, this is definitely an orange stage area because you have pedestrians, cars, road surface hazards, potholes, different changes in the road surface itself. It switches, and you have all these bumps, and you can't see very well around the vehicles in the buildings. So just kind of like go with the flow of traffic and just prepare for anything that could happen. So going too fast is usually a problem for motorcycle riders because it's so fun and it's so easy on a motorcycle, but we got to be careful. We got to be very careful. Street doom. So riding in the rain, road surface. Okay, good job. So if he was speeding, he would have collided. Wouldn't have been able to stop in time. And the road is wet. Lots of different issues. We're cold. And that's another thing is that if you get caught out in something like this and you're like, I really just want to get home. I'm soaking wet. It's really cold. Like, I just want to go, go, go. And then you start having that mentality of, I'm going to just haul butt. And that can get you in trouble. You're already soaking wet. Think of it as a nice little exercise in resilience and be like, you know what? I can handle this. And you can get through it. I'm not saying that's what he's thinking, but that's what I like to do. All right, here we go. Side of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and let's go back a little bit. So side of the vehicle is going to be over here. So side of the vehicle. So assessing if it's a relevant threat. It is an active threat because now they're in our path of travel. So what you could do in that situation is that when you do see this person coming out, go ahead and do the whole awkward, like you're going, like trying to go through the door at the QT and like somebody who wants to come out, you want to go in. You're kind of like, ha, ha, ha. Thanks for the dance. You know, we did a little dance here. Do that here. If there's no one behind you, it's perfect. If there is somebody behind you, just kind of like tap the brakes so that the brake lights kind of flash a little bit. but just kind of wait, do that little dance, let them go through, because the last thing we want to do is get to this point. It's like, okay, now I got to do something, but look how close we are. We could have done it back there, and maybe let them go through. Cooperate with idiots on the road. It's really hard to do. You have the right of way. You know you're in the right. You still got to cooperate with dum-dums. That guy was a big dum-dum. That other car driver wanted to switch lanes as an open lane pattern and was not anticipating that. And now that person that's switching over is pissed off because they have that child mentality of the world is meant to, I don't know, I can't even think about it anymore. The world is supposed to like adapt to me. It's like, no, you're not the main character here. Yeah, dumb driver. Just watch out. All right. Well, thank you so much, MotoStars, for putting on that nice video for us. But once again, we do have that sale going on for the Smart Rider drills. It's only like $11.25 with the discount. That will last till next Friday, I think September 6th, 7th, something like that. But hope you guys ride safe, be safe, learn something from this, share the video, like the video, write a comment. But I will be seeing you guys on the next live stream. All right. So there's that. That's just one. We got 2 more to go. See you later, Odin. Get some sleep. So we got that one, and now we got this one. Look at that. 150 of you in here. 133 people signed into class, which is the like button. So if you just got in and you haven't clicked that like button, click the like button. We'll get started real soon. My goal is to do 100 likes per video. So let's see if we can get 200 likes right now. 200 likes. What's good, Solid Snake? How you doing? Why not 3 more? Because then we're going to run out of crash videos. And that's another thing that I've noticed after doing this for so many years is that there used to be like 4 or 5 crash compilation videos a week from like MotoStars and a few other channels. Like they were just like boom, 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 boom. So many people were posting. They were collecting and then making compilations and boom, 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 boom. Now there's barely like 2 a week. I want to think that me reviewing these videos have basically made it to where there's like barely any crash or close call videos. I want to think that, but I don't know. Maybe people are getting in trouble for posting those things. Their insurance companies are like, no, it's not a good idea. I hope we're having an effect here where it's like less and less and less, which is kind of good because it's put me out of a job. But that's kind of what I want to do too. Yeah, so the goal is to kind of like not do as many videos. And that's another reason why we're doing we're really focusing on getting this going. This is the Academy. So that's why we're kind of focusing on doing this. So, because if people are doing less crashes and close calls, that's great. But it's not good for me in the long term. Schrodinger's mechanic. So if you have a wrench in a box, do you really have a wrench? Been watching your content for days and days now, Dan. Loving every minute. I for sure making a huge. Thank you, Devante. What do I ride? I have an Indian FTR 1200 and I have a Honda Rebel 500. Isn't getting yourself out of a job the main goal of anyone doing anything safety related with good intentions? Yes. And that's another thing when it comes to coaching. My goal is not to always have this. If I'm a coach and I have the same student for like 10 years, I'm a terrible coach. So a big part of what I do is that my goal is that all of you would at some point not get much more information out of me and then move on to something more advanced. But I keep seeing all the same, well, not all the same. I keep seeing a lot of the same people like Elad, I have a feeling that you guys just want to be around because we're having a good time. So the goal is to have a good time and do some teaching. Just started in April. Very nice. From India, most of these conditions shown in the video is just a regular thing here. I know. I wish I could change some of the culture on that. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. You're a slow learner, Douglas. It's a fun place, and you can never stop learning. Exactly. And that's the thing is, like, the more I watch these, like, driving just becomes such an easy thing, but you also don't want to get complacent. So this is my version of keeping me not complacent. When I work on the bike, I fix it, but I break something else. The bike is both fixed and broken. I'm glad you got that. I watch for the entertainment. The knowledge is a bonus. Hey, Ron, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys grab yourself a donut. Click that like button. Let's see if we can get 52 more likes. If you haven't clicked like, just boom, click it right now. We're going to get started real soon. Let's see if we hit 175, we're going to go right into it. I think we can hit 175. We only need 26 more. But yeah, I'm excited about the book. I'm excited about doing the class stuff. I really want to see how the Smart Rider games in the community section goes. I think at the beginning it's going to go off slowly. I think we're going to have like 2 or 3 maybe participating, but my goal is to get like at least 15, 20 people a week participating. And then I think once we get to like 30, 40 people participating, I really want to take like just a handful. I talked about this a couple weeks ago where I want to get like maybe 2, maybe 3 people and do just a very intense 10-week trying to train them, trying to get them like up to speed where I'm at in terms of like road strategy and everything. So there's gonna be like some really good conversations. It'd be like I want to say once a week. I want to do once a week where it's just like an actual Zoom call or something like that, where we're just all chatting, getting things like, what did we do this week? What kind of training did we do this week? What training do we have coming up? My goal is like during that 10-week session is to see if somebody can, if everyone will sign up for the Stop the Bleed class or do something. And then from there, it's like, okay, I want you to grab 1 or 2 people. I'm going to grab 2 or 3 more people, and we're just going to kind of expand it and constantly grow the Smart Riders, and then maybe hopefully start approaching some motorcycle groups and kind of doing it that way. Hey, Ron, D nice. Gosh, Key and Peele is so fun. 160 likes, 15 more likes, guys. You guys are doing great. 142 of you in here. Just 15 more people clicking that like button. We're going to jump into this third video. If we can hit 200 likes before the end of the next video, super stoked about that. That'd be great. Thank you for the 2 new members and the $10 super chat. But once again, if you're just now joining and you're about to leave, before you leave, we do have that sale going on. It is pinned at the top of the chat. It is for the smart. Let's go ahead and zoom that in a little bit. It's for the Smart Rider drill digital version. So you get all the drills. You can put them on the handlebars, and you can practice in a park. You only need 10 cones. 10 cones. I don't sell cones anymore. I'm actually talking to somebody I'm going to talk to somebody in China. I got to send a mold to them because the people that make the cones that I've been using, they haven't been selling them. I don't think they make them anymore. So I'm going to see if I can get them cheaper if I go buy in bulk, and then hopefully I can pass those savings on to you guys. But if not, if you can't find cones that you like and they're expensive, just get 5 tennis balls. You can buy like cheap ones, very cheap. You can go to like Walmart and get like the can of 3. So you just get 2 of them. You get an extra tennis ball just in case. And you cut the tennis ball in half, and you have tiny little cones. And that's all you need. And you can stack them. Anybody see the meme of like, it's like, tennis ball companies can put more tennis balls inside the same cone or inside the same tube if they just cut them in half and stack them. 3D printed yours? I wonder how much that would cost. I have 12 mini cones, like 6-inch tall. They are good. Nice. 166 likes. Let's get 9 more likes, guys. Let's get 9 more likes. We got this video coming up. Pennies? Oh. I wonder how strong they are, because if you accidentally run them over, I don't want them breaking. I don't want them breaking. I do have some. Let me see. So I have these red ones, and so like they're tiny. They're tiny, but then you can like run them over. I've tested them out. This one even has scratches on the bottom because I use it. They stack pretty well. They don't make them anymore, so I'm gonna send one of these, a couple of these in, and be like, just create a mold and make them for me. We still have some rescue packs available. Once those are out, I'm not gonna sell trauma kits anymore. I'm just gonna teach people how to make their own. Disposable styrofoam boxes and a handful of gravel in each. Okay, that works. They are stiff enough to like just sit there, but they do bend. Like when you run them over, what's gonna happen is that, like I like how it's straight up, not those soccer tennis cones where they're kind of flat. Because if you run them over, they flatten out and now they're underneath your tire. So when I hit this, like if I accidentally hit it, it just shoots off to the side, or if I barely tap it, it falls over. So like these work really well. They're hard plastic, but they do bend and they get back into shape. Like this one, it's so hard to. You see how like scratched up it is? I don't know if you can see. Like I ran these over. And I ran them over on purpose to make sure to see, will it cause me to crash? And it didn't. So it's like, I really like these cones, but they don't sell them anymore. Do an advanced course. That'd be good. That'd be good. 4 more likes, guys. We're going to get started. So click that like button. We're going to get started on this new video newish video from MotoStars. It looks like the sorting hat. Yeah. Soccer cones are small, colorful, and you can ram them with your motorcycle, no problem. Yeah, I like those. I mean, I've used those. Yeah, it's just like I have much more than these, but they're all like scratched up and damaged. And these work great. My biggest thing is that if I was going to be selling, like this one's all like tore up. If I was going to be selling these, like my concern is that if you run it over and it flattens out, well now like when you're still in the middle of the turn, this thing might slide. Like I was always concerned about that. I never had that problem, so these work too. But I was worried that if I was selling these and then somebody crashed, I don't know. There's definitely no any light. Like who knows, right? So I was worried, but these work great. These do work great. I also tried these out. These are smaller, but there's not enough surface area. So like even on like a little bit of windy of a day, they'll start sliding or move over. That's why I liked these ones, because they have a bigger surface area. Same height, but I don't want to be blamed for the cones to be moving. Who knows? I might just start buying some of these again and see how they work. I might try them out. 176 likes, guys. We're going to get started. Whoa, I don't know if this is a... Is this a song from Writing? No, it's not. There we go. I have to use non-copyrighted music. All right, guys, we're going to get jumping into this next video. We hit 176 likes. So I'll do the ad read after, like when the next time I see somebody with a phone on their handlebars. We'll do that. I won't do it at the beginning. So we'll do this. All right, guys, we're going to hit that record button. Street Chalk works. It really does. All right, so 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here. We're going to be going over some motorcycle crashes and close calls from MotoStars. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. And we're trying to figure out what happened, how it happened, and do something different, like not crash.
Hey guys,
Before we jump into that, you notice how his phone is on the handlebars. We do have a sale going on if you want to practice your parking lot skills. We have a sale going on. It's only $11.25 until next week. It's the Smart Rider drills. You get 20 drills. You can just put them on there and you can practice. You only need 10 cones. So go ahead and check it out. But let's go ahead and take a look at this.
today we are starting off with the rider who quickly found out that just a moment of inattention can lead to serious trouble.
Okay. Oh. Nice little impact. Do not Google traumatic open book fracture because when you slide up on that gas tank, you could be separating your pelvis in a bad way. What's on his screen? Oh no, is he live streaming? Is he live streaming? Not good. I mean, I've thought about doing that on the bike, but we have to be focusing because we can't be
With the rider
swiping over
that just a moment
the
of
chat
inattention
to chat
can lead to serious trouble.
because he is not paying attention. Wasn't good. So we focus heavily on the plan method, position for safety, locate hazardous situations, assessing and navigating active threats. We did not see this car until last second, so we need to be focused. So part of the MTC awareness stages that we focus on here is that we need to zone in yellow stage. We see something happening in front of us, kind of like, oh, intersections and corners, orange stage, and then we got to go into red stage when something is a danger to us, and then we have to navigate that active threat. So when it comes to planning your ride, positioning for safety, we want to have a good space cushion in front of us, and then we also want to have good line of sight and an escape path. Right now we have an escape path to the right. That's great, but our line of sight is blocked by this car up ahead. So when it comes to positioning, position off to the sides here because then you can go into that escape path easier. You can see around that car basically, and that's also an escape path if you have the lane filter. Because if we're off on the left, our escape is to the left, which is a curb, and then our escape to the right is really far away. So it's not very good. So I would be more so in this position, off next to the light, or not the light, but the white line, so I can see, and I have an escape if I needed to, and then I'd maintain a good space cushion here. So focus on those things, guys. Focus on good space cushions.
Trouble.
Maybe showing streamers example of the distracted driving. Yeah, that could be it. How kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Overall, not good. I wonder what his chat is saying right now. It's probably a 20-second delay.
Haben Sie irgendwas eingezwängt oder? Haben Sie es?
It's like, sorry, we're gonna have to come back to the chat. We have technical difficulties going on. All right, coming up to here. Oh, we got some geese. Got some geese. He's getting them to go away. Everyone's just kind of oh.
You got it?
Oh man. Probably rev bombing and let out the clutch a little too soon. All right, so space cushion. This is what I'm talking. Ooh, good job with the brakes. Ooh. Handled that pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. So pretty difficult situation. We're talking about that space cushion. So we're coming up here, switching lanes, open lane pattern. We used it. So when I was talking about staying close to the side, is that you see how you can see pretty far? That's also an escape path. But if we don't have a good space cushion, we're not going to be able to stop in time, so we might have to go through that lane filtering position. But good job with the progressive braking until like the last second and squeeze even more and more. Yeah, he had traction, so it was good. Oof, got lucky. Got lucky on that. So the open lane pattern, watch out. Any of these cars could want to switch over. They're like, I don't want to be in this line. I don't want to be in this line, so they're going to switch over. So a good spot to be would be off on this side and then slowing it down a little bit. That way you have a space cushion. You can slow it down and then apply the brakes if you need to. Beats and oh, hit the deer. Oh dear. So we're going to slide. So part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment just in case. So full head to toe gear, guys. Just in case something like that happens. With this music. Swing those hips around. Uh-oh. We had a passenger. So how do we rescue this person? So part of what we do, like I said, Smart Rider Principles is rescuing other injured motorcyclists. First, we have to remain calm so that we don't become part of the incident, and we want to think clearly. So telling someone to call 911 or you call 911 is a good idea. Ensuring your own safety, staying off to the side like this, very good, because we don't want to be a part of the accident. And then all you can really do is stop any major bleeds. We do have, we have a few left of the trauma kits that we have. They're called the rescue packs. It has everything that is involved here, and it comes with the little card that's on here. So the back side of the card is kind of more gee-whiz information if they have any of those symptoms. So what you can do. So be very careful with this. Take care of that person. All right, here we go. Torque Masters
This is a very dangerous
having some
situation.
fun. I'm
The driver
assuming that's
stopped
kilometers
and
per hour.
His reaction was also too slow, putting them both in a tough spot.
Okay, so going in the corners. Remember, corners, intersections are orange stage. Watch out. Oh, side of the vehicle. Good job with the braking. Now, they didn't see us. Maybe they didn't anticipate we were going this fast. Yeah, take a stop to bleed course. It's very important. Yeah, 60 miles per hour. That's pretty
People have been
pretty fast for that area.
asking with the Viffer. So here we go.
Okay. You get rear-ended? What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? Okay, side of the vehicle.
The red car go so he was holding up traffic. Black
Okay.
car decides to go to. White car is oblivious to her surroundings.
And then she just kept going. Ooh.
I'm
Yeah, it's like we...
to keep the junction clear and get off to inspect the bike.
Okay, very good.
Decides to take off.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Yeah, she probably was meant to go straight. She's like, I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. So hopefully the bike's doing fine.
Go chase her down to
Oh, okay. So be careful with this. You don't want to put yourself in a dangerous situation by speeding in an area that you normally wouldn't be speeding just to get information. So just be careful with that. Once you get to this point, then you kind of just go at that speed. They knew what they did wrong. Is there an impact? Sure. All right. I use my phone like this. GPS works great. Hook it up to the Cardo unit. Link in the description for 10% off. But that's why I use it, so I can see. It's like a motorcycle mini map. So we have somebody switching lanes into us. Now, when it comes to planning our ride, what do we have here? We have an escape to the left. Okay, very good. But remember, we're trying to position for safety. So right now we're in this position. And if this car comes out and they want to take over this position, we're going to have to switch into a new position for safety, right? Here's our escape over here, but we have a new position right here. And we can accelerate out or we can decelerate by applying the brakes or rolling off the throttle. But the whole goal is to not collide. So we're going to put a new position for safety. So now we're in a new position for safety. So this right here is basically just explaining how not to collide with somebody, and that's kind of the goal of motorcycle riding, right? Outside of having fun, but we don't want to collide with anybody. So moving over is just describing position for safety. It's a lot of common sense, but you'd be surprised because people will panic in a situation like that. All right. Oh! He didn't hit the dog, did he? Doggo. So in this situation, try your best to just swerve a little bit. Oh, so close. Glad I didn't hit. Oh, they did the slow-mo for me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Motostars. Wear some gear. That would suck to rip those hands off. see, like, I don't like this spot because my line of sight is taken away by that red car. So I would be off to the sides. Off to the sides. Now, you can pick which side you want to be on. I would like this side because, once again, positioning for safety, I have an escape to the right. I can see ahead. You can see ahead over here on the left, but your escape is blocked by the curb. So off to the right. I don't want to be right behind the vehicle. I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't want them backing into me. I don't want somebody behind me to smash me. And then all of a sudden I'm crumpled in between the vehicles, back bumper and front bumper from the vehicle behind me. So move off to the right. Let's see what happens though. Ooh. Got lucky though. If we were off on the right, that would have sucked. So, interesting. Oh, man. Here we go. Watch out. That person might want to switch into our lane because that long line of stacked cars. So apply the brakes. Apply the brakes. Okay. Yep. They saw the big line of cars. They're like, I'm going to go wide. Yeah, the last one was
Should we see a case with the driver?
Slow it down.
The rider started lane splitting at way too high speed.
Yeah, slow it down. No reason to go super fast.
Assunto com alguma coisa que vai trazer algum proveito e não com essas bagunças aí, alguns.
Let's see if we can hit 200 likes, guys. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Do you think he stopped? We saw that white car accidentally clipping that motorcycles, and he went to go get information, share details. Do you think this motorcycle rider stopped? Write in the comments. All right, side of the vehicle. Ooh. So I don't like to accelerate through intersections until I'm like halfway through the intersection, just so I can get out of the intersection. I don't like to swerve into, or not swerve, I don't like to speed into intersections because I'm trying to buy myself time just in case something happens. And when I increase my speed, I kind of remove time that I could be having. So when I see that side of the vehicle, that's that pattern here. That means it's an intersection, which means it's orange stage. We're slowing it down and prepping for it. So he had to reach really hard for those front brakes and do some progressive braking and realize they stopped so he can continue going. Just kind of be careful around those intersections because people will try to dart out. So I think this is miles per hour here. Probably keeping up with the car ahead. Oh. Got lucky on that one. Got lucky. Saw it ahead of time, slowed it down. Side of the vehicle right there. What are they going to do? So new position for safety, applied the brakes, get back into the road, and handled it really well. So side of the vehicle, new position for safety. Okay, can't see much. Road surface hazards. Would be oil on the ground, deer. Can't see because of the rain. So thankfully he was able to see that. Because if that's the camera, what do you think our face shield looks like? Oh, geez. Are we on a track? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're trying to pretend we're on a track. Oh, do we low side, lose some traction? Yeah, we're going to blur out the speedo because we're going pretty fast, huh? Hopefully he still has his legs intact because we just hit that guardrail. Thankfully, we didn't go through the guardrail. Now our vision is blurred. So when it comes to blurry vision, what does it say right there? Vision impairment for a head injury symptom. Do you think he has a head injury symptom? It's just the camera. Oof. So do a quick assessment of your body. Do you feel any liquids on your body outside of your pantalones? In the backside?
J'ai très mal à ma cheville.
Oof. Okay, so do our legs move?
Okay.
Be careful getting up quickly. You don't want your blood pressure to bottom out and then you pass out. Let your blood pressure kind of stabilize. Your body's in fight or flight. Adrenaline's going. That means your blood vessels are dilated. You're breathing heavy. Your pupils are dilated. So if your blood vessels are dilated and you have the same amount of blood, guess what's going to happen to your blood pressure? It's going to drop. So you have to kind of wait. You got to wait a little bit. What's up, that penguin? Oh. Apply the brakes. Good job. Now, that was a line of sight issue. That car did not see you because of the bus. So whenever I see something like this, it's like, hey, there's a part of the intersection that's being blocked from my view. I don't know if anybody's around that corner. So I'm going to kind of take it easy. I'm going to be prepared for that. And that's what happened here. Pretty prepared. So we see that. Now what do? We're in the middle of a turn. Straighten those handlebars as best you can, and then apply front brake pressure. This is why we don't speed around things, because we can stop easier when we're going slow. All right, here we go. Hey, it's an Honda Rebel. I had to get one of those gear indicators on the older ones, like the 2019 Honda Rebel. My new Honda Rebel actually has it integrated, which is nice. It's an easy install. Yeah, they don't care. Pedestrians don't care. Didn't even care. So you got to watch out for sides of the pedestrians.
Here is another situation.
Lots of crazy traffic.
Second of inattention can put
This is where riding cooperatively is important. Ooh, pay attention. You had your visor, messing with your visor. Be very careful. All right, they're going to merge into you. Now, you assume that they originally, let's get back to this one. I get it. Like, you assume since they switched from that far left lane and they have the indicator on that they're going to stay in the middle lane. They just forgot their indicator. Well, I let people, like, words matter, actions matter. If somebody tells you they're going to do something, assume that's what they're going to do. So if I see an indicator, I'm assuming they're going to keep going until I'm sitting back a little bit. I'm like, oh, they're not going. And then I go. I don't just like, oh, I think that they just meant to get to the middle lane. I'm going to keep going where I'm going. No, don't assume those things. Just assume that they're going to do what they're telling you they're going to do. So they get up to here. I'm assuming that they're going to get into my lane. So I'm going to stay right here. And I'm going to stay right here for a little bit. And if they stay in that lane, I'm like, oh, then their indicator. They forgot. Then I go. I'm not going to just go with that assumption. So in this situation, what do? Well, we're already traveling at a decent speed, so any type of progressive braking or rolling off the throttle for that engine braking would be really easy to do and allow them to go in. If you don't want to, you could always swerve or you can always accelerate. But if you accelerate and this person decides, hey, I'm going to switch over, now you're going at a higher rate of speed and you got to deal with that person. So I'm just going to roll off the throttle. Just going to roll off the throttle. Not a big deal to me. Not a big deal. That's right, it's Missy. All right, so we're heading out. It's a left turn. Whoa, good job. Good job. So what we have here is we have a left turn arrow for us. It's a red light for any traffic to go forward. So my assumption is that there's a left green arrow here, left green arrow here, and then a red light for them. So these people aren't supposed to go. These people are supposed to go. We're supposed to go. And that's kind of what's happening here, okay? So what typically happens, though, is that this person's probably... Which one comes out? Let me, before I start doing anything. Okay. So this person right here is probably on their phone at the red light, and they see cars in the peripheral vision, like these vehicles, like the motorcycle and this car, start moving. They're like, oh, I'm going to move. They don't even think. They just see movement. They're like, okay, my turn. And then they go. So be very careful with that. I think a lot of us have accidentally done that, but then caught it right away, unless you don't want to admit that you've done something like this. So just be careful. Be very careful. Once you see that, do exactly what this motorcycle rider did. Oh, straighten it up. Straighten it up, not to get in their path of travel. Apply the brakes, and get around. Once again, I'm not trying to make excuses for these car drivers. I'm trying to understand these car drivers so then if I can understand the car drivers that are doing mistakes and I understand why people make these mistakes, I can actually predict a lot of the reasons or a lot of the things that people do on the road. So open lane pattern here, right? They're supposed to be checking their mirrors, supposed to be doing a head check through that rear mirror or rear window. Before they go over, because then they would have seen us. Now, the reason why they didn't do that is because they're probably just inexperienced or they got complacent. It's like, nothing's ever happened to me. when I switch lanes unexpectedly. And it's called an open lane pattern because there's a vehicle here, and this lane is open. This car driver wants to get into a shorter lane or a faster lane, just like you do if there's like multiple lanes and a cashier's checking out somebody much quicker all the time, and the person in front of you is ordering 20 meals. Well, you're going to switch lanes to the one that's moving quicker. Kind of the same concept, but now we're on the road. So good job positioning for safety. It's like, hey, they moved back in the lane. I'm going to get back into my lane. All right, so nighttime. Careful, careful. Can't see us very well. That's fine. Good job with the brakes. Good job getting yourself out of that situation. All right, intersections, orange stage. What are we going to look out for? Path of travel violations like this car. Ooh, good job with the emergency swerve. I'm so glad I don't see the crashes, and I just see close calls. Let's see. How close was it? Good swerve. Ooh, look how close that was. So if we didn't act in time, we would have collided. So very good on this rider. Now, what I was trying to get at is orange stage situation. This is an intersection where a lot of collisions happen, whether you're in a car or a motorcycle. Problem with motorcycles, we die a lot. So we get up to here. We see that side of the vehicle right here. Okay, side of the vehicle. Now, is it green for us? We should be the ones only going. Why did they go? I don't know. But you see the tire rotation? So this is what I look for when I'm out riding. You start to see the actual whole vehicle moving a little bit later than the actual tire. So when I see the tire moving, let's see if we can slow it down a little bit. I forgot. There we go. Watch the tire hubcap rotate. You start to see that rotation a lot quicker than you see the actual car moving. So if I see tires rotating, that means the car is moving, which makes me want to get myself out of there. So great job with the emergency swerve, found the escape, did it. So good job. All right, open lane pattern. Person's gonna come over. Yep. Nobody wants to be stuck behind a big tanker truck like that. This white car is moving faster than the tanker truck. This vehicle sees that, wants to move over, sees a small gap right here. Didn't look through the blind spot. Probably just looked right, saw nothing there, and moved. And we're behind them, we can get hit. So I always like to ride staggered with other car drivers in case something like this happens. Because even if they did switch over all the way, we're not going to get hit. They're just going to take our space cushion that we have. You can always make another space cushion. So always watch out for that. Watch out for that open lane pattern. All right, why are we running? Because our bike is on the ground? Looks like somebody hit that. Let's go ahead and pick that back up. Is he a construction worker? Moto Stars. Oh no, it was just on the ground and he wanted to pick it up. He was wearing all orange. Very good. Thank you for getting that road surface hazard out of the street. Once again, guys, if you're still watching this video, thank you so much. Keep watching these videos. But we do have that sale going on for the actual drill booklet. It's only $11.25 for the time being. Links in the description for the discount code. Hope you guys ride safe, be safe, learn something from this, and catch us on the live streams Thursdays around 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we do all of this. So grab yourself a donut and then head out. There we go. We got that one. We got another video, guys. Only 190 likes. We were supposed to get 200 by the end of that video. That's fine. Let's get to 200. Let's get to 200, everybody. We got one more. We got one more video. Let's see if we can hit 200 likes in the next 5 seconds. 1, 2. 200 likes already. Dang, look at that. See, the goal is 100 likes per video, and we're about to start the third. We need 100 more likes at some point. So just if you haven't hit that like button, just click that like button. Just click that like button. It costs you nothing. I can't watch this. YouTube only starts buffering after a few seconds. I tried all kinds of tricks and from Reddit and elsewhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Have I done much dirt bike riding? Not in a long time. Mainly dual sport stuff. KLR 650, and then my Saturday Scramblers. Anybody remember the Saturday Scrambler videos? Me taking the Harley off-road for like 20-something videos, video series. 210 likes, very nice. 156 of you. So I like to think, let's pause the music. I like to think, here's where it kind of goes. Typically, an MSF class, max 12 people. Max 12 people. Then I start thinking, well, like elementary school and college, or not college, but high school, it's like 23 to 30. 30 is a big class. Okay, cool. Then I start thinking of all the continuing education classes I've been a part of, and it's like, max 20, 15-ish. And then like a lecture hall, like 100 maybe. Like we have 152 people in this room right now. It's impressive. 150 people. So I like to think that I'm filling up, if I want to think about like an elementary school, or not elementary, a high school, let's say 25 people. I'm filling up, what, 6 classrooms? 6 classrooms of people at once to talk about and learn about motorcycle road strategy and safety. Like that to me, like it doesn't have to be thousands. I know video game streamers have like thousands, tens of thousands. Sometimes they hit hundreds of thousands. But 6 classrooms full of like people that want to learn about motorcycle strategy and safety. Wow. Yeah, imagine how rowdy the class. That's why I have to feed you guys. That's why I have to feed. You know what? In fact, let's go ahead. You guys want some pizzas? Let's get some pizzas going. Let's go ahead and get you. I know we're getting close. It's lunchtime. 12:06 here. It's time for lunch. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get some pizzas. Let's go ahead and get some Costco. You guys want Costco? QT pizzas? What do you guys think? I was late because I was waiting in line to get in and out. Oh, it's Missy. That's fine. You already got some food. Late to the show, but stoked to be on it. Finishing my MSF course today. These videos and streams are huge help for mental prep and what to look for. RF, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for going to the MSF course. I've heard some people talk about how their MSF rider coaches and coaches like say like, hey, watch Dan and the Fireman for their crashes and close calls, because they're doing the in-person on the bike, teaching how to ride the bike, but it's really hard to teach on-road strategy without being on the road in person. So I've actually heard for a lot of stories about people saying, hey, go watch, the coach says, go watch this. Should it have thousands of viewers because you just don't just mainly teach moto, but safe driving in general? Thank you. I appreciate it, air conflict. I was thinking about doing it. What is it? But it's definitely not my bread and butter. They do have a car crash, and they do this all the time. So like this is just one out of many. Like 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4, because there's more cars, there's more car stuff.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So like let's, in fact, this isn't going to be recorded. This isn't going to be recorded. This is just like, let's see if we can recognize some patterns. Let's see if we can recognize some patterns from motorcycle safety and what I teach in a car. Oh, we got a rear end. Okay. Not much you could do there.
Dumbass, dude. Oh, hell no.
Uh-oh, the guy take off? Okay. We're not going to chase.
Dude, you need
Okay. Okay, we're going to skip the road rage part. All right, so let's see. Side of the vehicle. We have a side of the vehicle right here. So we have to put ourselves in a new position for safety, right? If we could. But we couldn't because we have the bus right there. So what could we have done in this situation that I typically talk about with motorcycles is that we roll off the throttle and let them in, right? If we can't escape to the right, we don't know if they're going to jump into our lane, but let's go ahead and roll off the throttle, right? Or could have braked a little bit, let them in because they're in hazardous traffic right now. We don't want them to crash. So we're going to apply the brakes, let them in. So that's something we could do as a motorcycle rider or as a car driver. Yeah, he's an idiot.
No, he's still in the other lane.
Ooh, that was close.
Like, what a complete...
Okay, so let's see what we have here. So intersection, orange stage, even in a car. Let's see what happens.
Out in the middle of a freaking no...
Oh, good swerve, good evasive maneuver. We have the car on the right wanting to switch lanes real quick. We found an escape. Good swerve. Now that we're in oncoming traffic, we're going to have to get ourselves back in. Oh, that's why. They wanted to turn left.
Christ, man.
So bad drivers. Let's see what happens here. So space cushion up front. They're going to... Oh, applying the brakes. Let's see what happens. Good swerve. Found the escape. So we have a line of sight issue in front of that vehicle, right? So as a motorcyclist, we have the option. Marcus, welcome to the crew. Thanks for being a veteran. We have the option of being off to the sides so that we can see past the vehicle because we can't really stop in time when it comes to our motorcycle brakes because it's not as good as a car. So we want to be able to see in time, and then we have escape routes to the right or the left. So that's what we want to do as a motorcycle rider. We're planning our ride here. And so then we see this, brake lights, space cushion is being removed. We have to swerve. It's much harder to swerve a big vehicle like this than a motorcycle. So good job. Ooh, they almost crashed. So what do we have here? Line of sight issue? Oh, side of the pedestrian. So we're going nice and slow. Imagine if we're speeding through. Line of sight issue around that corner. So same thing. And then now they're just kind of like hanging out. So same thing when it comes to, wow, they really padded this video for motorcycle riders. Wow, they really padded that. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're coming up to here, intersection, orange stage, prepped and ready. Oh, weird, uncommon thing in a common situation. So even as a car driver, as a motorcycle rider, we see that. We just kind of sit back and let the idiot be an idiot. We don't want to get in front and create a video. So we could have waited.
What are you doing?
And then, of course, they get angry with us. Let's see what else we got. We're just doing a quick one. So we have a side of the vehicle right there, just like if we're in a motorcycle, right? Just like we're in a motorcycle. Let them in. More than likely, they're sitting like that. Why is there a big gap in front? Because they don't want to be in that lane. So more than likely, they want to get behind. So I've been in this position where I was the white car, but what I would do, especially if there's no traffic, right? I have done this. I have done that. Or I've just waited. But they didn't do that. So now they're blocking the lane because I don't want to block the lane. I do a nice little wide turn, especially if there's no traffic. But they decided to just go straight and then now stop. So as a motorcyclist, right, or as a car driver, we just sit right here. Not a big deal. It's a fun challenge for your patience. Guys, let's see if we can get 300 likes. And then we're going to start the third video.
Come on, lady.
Yeah, they want to get in that lane right there.
Come on. Jeez.
See, the impatience of car drivers and motorcycle riders, it can be the same. Side of the vehicle right here, they're going to come out in front of us. Apply the brakes, apply the brakes, apply the brakes, apply the brakes. Okay. See, once again, side of the vehicle, even with car drivers. I'm assuming this is a big semi-truck or just a really big truck. Why didn't they see us? Inattentional blindness, just poor driving. Side of the vehicle right there, just decided to go. So as a motorcycle rider, instead of honking, we would be applying the brakes, we'd find the escapes. So everything that I'm teaching when it comes to motorcycle training, it can be applied to car driving. So once again, intersection, this is going to be orange stage. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to be prepared. It's a Prius, of course.
So just a callback.
So it's a one-way. Which way are they gonna go?
To something we flagged on our Love It episode. There literally seemed to be
Oh, just not paying attention. Not paying attention.
So there literally seemed to be.
Yeah, they thought they had a stop sign. Okay, we're coming up to here, sun in our eyes. We have a good space cushion. We're doing well here. What's gonna happen? Oh, we have an idiot that came around the corner and hit us. So weird stuff happens. Weird stuff happens. What do we have here? Green. Okay, we're going. What's going to happen? We're turning left. They're going to come into our lane. So that happens. Let's go ahead and get back out of here. So we have a red car switching over. So as a motorcycle rider, we're going to have to apply the brakes and then find ourselves in a new position for safety. Oh, it looks like an open lane pattern here. So, great opportunity to show an open lane pattern, looks like from a car's perspective, is that we have this line right here not moving much. Our line is moving, so this white car is going to switch over. And I saw it for a split second, but I want to point out, it's like you can see it, like the opportunity already happening. So the car in front of us is big. That means it's closer to us. The white car is a little bit further. It's smaller. But just a little bit of movement from here to here, you start to see the open lane pattern starting to open up because our lane is moving. And then here we go. They switched over and we had to swerve. It happens in cars. It happens on the motorcycle. It happens on the road. So I'm not just teaching, hey, this is specifically only for motorcycle riders. This is quite literally for all riders and all drivers, because I took a lot of this knowledge that I had from being a rescue driver, an ambulance driver, and saw a bunch of this stuff, and I'm just applying that to motorcycle riding. Yeah, same thing happens in a car. That was an open lane pattern. But yeah, I was thinking about doing something along the lines with this, but I don't know. You see more with the motorcycle stuff. I bet you I could have a whole nother channel just talking about car driving. I wonder if it'd be a bigger channel just because there's more car drivers. Who knows? Who knows? But I think I would have to get professional car driving again. I've been out of it since being a firefighter. We had International Association of Professional Drivers. But I would have to take some car driving classes just so I can explain more of the car mechanics versus the motorcycle mechanics. Yeah, those videos do seem to have a lot of road rage, though. That's a big problem because I don't really care about that much. But who knows? Maybe talking about it for a couple years, there'd be less and less and less videos. Dan the Computer Man instantly reminded me. But yeah, we're gonna get into this video. We have 221 likes, 172 of you in class. Make sure you click that like button. We'll go ahead and get started at 250 likes. So grab yourself a slice of pizza. We got the pizzas in. These are Costco pizzas. Really good. We have a bunch of Costco hot dogs. They've been on sale for I don't know how many years. It's only $1.50, but they're good. Grab yourself a slice of pizza. People aren't as worried about car safety as they are about motorcycle safety. I can see that as a second channel not being super. Yeah, maybe it'll be the same amount of popularity, but the only reason why it's the same amount is because there's just more car drivers, but a less percentage of those car drivers will actually watch it, which is still more than the percentage of motorcycle riders watching this. You know what I mean? But I think it'd be too much work, and I got the course and everything else going. So I really do hope somebody does take up that idea because I think that'd be really helpful. All right. I had to cut carbs to drop my law school weight. No pizza for me. Oh, sorry. I've dropped a little bit of weight because of COVID, but I'm starting to see some separation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dropped a little weight, though. I'm 158 now. My goal is 155, but not because I was sick. I was 162. Oh, bodybuilder Dan coming back. Yeah. And I was. Let me see if we're not going to do an ad read for the drills for this one. We're going to do a cardo unit one. Let's see. I did have some. Not going to be on here. Might be on the screenshots. I have way too many photos on my. Anybody else have like 5,000 photos on their phone? Most of them are screenshots that you don't even care or need. Let's see. Wow, I have some weird ones. Damn, I was a powerlifter for a while. And I had some big old legs. Some big legs. Anybody want to see me in a horse head? That was me back in the day. What you don't see is that I cropped the bottom part because I was in a thong for the mud run. Oh, the things I used to do. The things I used to do. Man, there has to be more. I know I have more. They're all on my Facebook my private one. How much horsepower do you think I had back in the day? Let's see. You'd be surprised how many pictures of gas stations I've pictured. I really hate cardo systems. Can't pair them with other systems. Yeah, for the dynamic mesh, I don't think you can, but I know you can through Bluetooth. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a quick little ad read for the just super quick. So we're gonna jump into this one. But yeah, I'm getting there. I don't want to be massive. I like wearing medium shirts. I don't want to get to the point where it's like I can't fit where it looks like a schmedium. So I just want to like build out the medium shirt. So I think another like 5-10 pounds of actual muscle. But I want to get my legs back to where they were. I wish I had a picture of those. And those things were giant. Body fat percentage probably about 15% right now. I think I like sitting around 12 to 13%. I've gotten down to 7, but 12 to 13%, and then just increasing muscle mass, but keeping it around 13% percentage. I probably underestimate it, so I'm probably like 18%, not maybe 16, 17%. I'd love to get it down to 12, 13%. Fireman Dan in a Speedo. Maybe. Yeah, it's hard to keep it. One thing that's really helped is just stop drinking alcohol. I just got too much chest hair too, so I mean it's like even at lower percentage, a lot of body hair. Even at lower percentage, you can't see much definition because of all the body hair. It all came from here and just went to my back and my chest and everywhere. Anyways, we're at 238 likes. So let's see if we get 250. We just been talking about my body hair and body composition for a little bit too long, but I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna be talking about cardos for the first intro. This is a 2-year-old video. I'm pretty sure I've already done this video because I've been doing this for years, and we're gonna just go ahead and go over it. More than likely, there's gonna be some road rage and whatnot, but it is what it is. We typically only do a 2-hour stream. We're at 2 hours right now. We're going to do about a 2.5-hour stream. Once this is over, we're kind of done. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. What is up, everybody? Danny the Fireman. Before we jump into this one, there is a 10% off discount code for Cardo Pack Talk unit. Check it out. Links in the description. But we're going to be going over some crashes and close calls to figure out how it happened, what happened. We could do something better. This is a 2-year-old video, so we're kind of going over some old stuff.
It's a moment of horror when the truck driver...
Okay, so we have a line of sight issue. Oh, geez. Found the escape. Found the escape. We have another one coming up. Good job finding the escape. So what we talk about here is these crashes and close calls utilizing mainly the plan method. This is a method I came up with based off the OODA loop, and if you can tell, it's color-coded, so it's based off the awareness stages, the Smith system that I was able to use. So position for safety, we want to put ourselves in a good position for safety, looking for a good line of sight, space cushions, and at least one escape path. Locating hazardous situations, curves, intersections are the main ones. Assessing relevant threats, sides of the vehicles, open lane patterns, anything that might be coming out, even road surface hazards like potholes. And then we're going to have to navigate those active threats, the ones that are actually going to be in our path of travel so we don't crash. So we're going to have to swerve, emergency brake, even emergency accelerate, but mainly just to get ourselves back into a new position for safety. So it's this nice loop, okay, like the OODA loop, observe, orient, decide, and act. We have to get ourselves back into positions for safety. That's the main goal every single time. So the MTC awareness stages, we're zoned out, zoned in, looking for stuff, doing something because something happened, or brown stage where we tried to do something or we didn't do anything, we panicked and froze, and we have a little bit of poop in our pantalones. So those are the things that we're focusing on when it comes to this training. We're going to watch a lot of scenarios so that we can apply that knowledge to everything else, okay? And this is all based on knowledge that I've had since riding since November 2011. Lots of classes, MSF Rider Coach, lots of different things. So when it comes to planning our ride on this one, the plan method is we found a position for safety. We located this hazardous situation. It is a relevant threat, so we're going to have to navigate the active one. So we put ourselves in a new position for safety, which doesn't involve us colliding with anything. So that's what we're doing. So once we get out of here, is it really safe to be on that line this whole time? Not really. So the new position for safety would be somewhere, you know, on the actual road. But hey, guess what? We're having to do the whole plan again. So right now we're in a position for safety. We're going to move ourselves in a new one. We are locating a hazardous situation, assessing if it's a relevant threat, and we will navigate if it's an active one. But when we get a little bit more information, because we're getting closer, we do have some room here. So is it a relevant threat? You know, if we look at this whole situation again, not really. It's kind of in its lane. So do we have to navigate anything crazy? Not really. We're just still going to get ourselves in a position for safety. So might as well just stay on the line. Now we're going to go ahead and do the whole thing again. The plan method keeps moving, keeps rotating the further we travel. So now what's the new position for safety? Any hazards? No. No relevant threats? No. Any active threats? No. So put ourselves in a good position looking for line of sight, space, cushion, escape route. We have good line of sight right here. We can see pretty far. We have a terrible space cushion off to the right because then we have all this stuff. So I want to put myself in a new position over here so I have a better space cushion. And then our escape path is to go forward. Okay? So constantly do this. And right now, when you first start, it's going to be like I have to think of all these stages, but before you know it, after a couple rides, it becomes natural. It just becomes natural, and all of a sudden you're just kind of flowing. So that's called the Fitz-Posner's model of learning versus conceptual. So you have to think about it. Then it becomes the associative stage, which is where you start practicing it, and muscle memory starts to be developed, and then automatic stage, or the automaticity stage, which is at the end, where it just becomes natural. And then anytime you have to learn something new, you have to think about it, practice it, becomes natural. Think about it, practice it, becomes natural. That's part of learning, and that's what we're going to be doing here. Okay, so going around the intersection, side of the pedestrian. Get off your phone, lady. Okay, good job moving over. New position for safety, and it's so subtle. You do it naturally, but I want you to be aware of it, because in emergency situations, I want it to be natural that you get yourself out of there versus having to think about it in an emergency situation. So that's why we're watching emergency situations, so that we're getting some of that thinking done, and hopefully a little bit of muscle memory by watching because humans naturally learn from watching the mirror neurons. So hopefully we're using some mirror neurons. And then hopefully you never have to be in that situation. But if you are, hopefully it becomes a little more natural in that situation.
A very frequent situation with a small misunderstanding between bikers.
Oh, going around the road surface hazard.
Lesson.
Oh, so this is why we talk. If that was my buddy and we're talking to each other, he should have told me he's going right. So we're coming up here. The dude's kind of like all over the place. Can't be predictable. This is why we talk to each other on our cardos, but not very predictable. So stay away from unpredictable people, even if it's a car or a motorcycle ride. No reason to be so close, but we couldn't do anything. So there's the impact. Hopefully his leg is okay, because when we talk about mechanism of injury here, hopefully his leg is okay. And part of what we do is the main thing we do is smart rider principles, so rescuing injured motorcyclists with medical training. And that's why we talk about mechanism of injury if you're new here. And hopefully we're doing okay. How to rescue somebody after a crash. Little rescue cards. You want to grab a rescue booklet. It comes with a rescue card. Oh, having some fun with their buddies. Hopefully nobody crashes. Oh, there's the impact. This is what we do. How to handle the situation after a crash. Remain calm. Ensure our own safety so we're not going to be part of the crash. And if he is bleeding externally, stop any major bleeds. Okay? Take a stop to bleed class. Highly recommend it. So relax. Calm down. You're probably still in gear. Shut off the bike. Double check. Make sure there's nothing like all screwed up in here. We're going to pause. We don't need to keep up. Talk to each other on the cardos. Hey, Jeffrey just crashed again. Get the stuff off. Oh, doing some wheelies. Don't loop it. Don't loop it. Through intersections is pretty dangerous. Oh. No. I want you guys to see the head bonk. So this is why we wear full face helmets. This is why we wear helmets in general. We want to protect the base of our skull, and basically all of our skull and our face. So watch the little bonk. So I'm going to go ahead and slow it down to half speed. Watch the back of his head. So when we talk about traumatic brain injuries, the back side of the card, head injury symptoms, spinal cord injury symptoms. So if you see him get up and he's like, I want to keep riding, but he's like wobbling after doing the whole bat thing, where he's doing that. Everybody do that at a game. I just got myself dizzy, or at a party. So if he's doing that, don't let him on the bike. Just take the keys, put them in your pocket, be like, where'd the keys go? Wait till he comes back. So watch. Okay, I'm gonna go back just a little bit. Watch the bonk on his head. Oh, that was the backpack. I thought that was his head. Jeez, that would have sucked. I thought that was his head. But still, it's gonna knock his head and cause a little bit of a headache. Hopefully not a traumatic brain injury, not a concussion. But what I'm trying to get at is the coup contra coup. Let's go ahead and bring that up. So coup contra coup. Let's go ahead. Let's get a picture. Pictures are fun. Coup contra coup. So when the brain, when you hit the side of the head, front of the head, whatever part of the head, if you hit this part of the head, initially the head goes this way, but the brain is a little bit delayed. It's going to hit that side of the head, the skull, and then when it comes back, it's going to hit this side. So that's the coup contra coup. And so right here is what I'm talking about. The brain's going to hit the inside of the skull, reset, but then hit the other side of the skull. So you're going to have multiple issues. One way you can test it out in a non-traumatic way is to shake your head like this, just like that. And you're going to feel on the inside, your brain get a little bit of a headache. So what's happening is your brain on the inside of the skull is going like this inside and hitting the inside of your skull. But since you're just doing this, it's not as traumatic as a smack. So when you're out there riding, wear a helmet because it'll absorb some of that impact. But be very aware, you still might have a concussion. So it's very important not to crash. Sorry, you knew what I was doing. All right, so right here, what I want to say, this is good positioning for safety. See how you can see past the vehicle? So you can tell if the car in front of the Tesla slams the brakes. You can actually have an escape doing a lane filtering position, or you can swerve left. This is a great position right here. This is how I ride. when I'm riding with traffic. Let's see what happens though. Throwing stuff at us? Or does he wants him off his butt? Whatever. Not a big deal. See how the line of sight's been broken? So at this point, roll up the throttle, increase your space cushion just in case. Indicates them immediately change lanes. It's a biker bro.
With one of the drivers much earlier. Looks like calling attention just provoked the driver.
Yeah, just back off the Tesla a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna look at the mirror. Okay, here we go. Okay, don't hyper focus on the mirror because you do have stuff in front of you, but it's good to have 360 situational awareness. Okay, be careful with idiots behind you because they have the control. If the idiot is in front of you, the road rager is in front of you, you have a little more control by increasing your space cushion and kind of taking a side street or pulling off the side of the road for a little bit, let them go, and then now you have like this big gap in distance. So it's kind of dangerous to be in the back because they could just tap you and knock you over and nothing really bad happened to them. Did he just hit him? Yeah, he just hit him.
He just hit me. Oh, what was that? You are so close to me. Do you know what this is?
What have I done to you?
You just hit my bike. My back hurts now. Are you recording?
Your back doesn't hurt, dude. But yeah, do this. Walk around if you want. Get the license plate and then move on. Don't do the whole insurance thing. Your back does not hurt. We skip the road rage stuff because it's mainly an ego problem. And I can't teach you guys how to control your ego. It's taken me years and years of therapy for that. Anyways, moving on. Here we go. Oh, a little road surface hazard. Knocked us up a little bit. Lost some traction, gained traction, but it put us in a bad spot. So let's see what was that. So I think it might have been a bump in the road while turning. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, there's the bump. So bad road. So be very careful. Now, if this just happens, like it doesn't look like, I mean, he's 62. I want to see miles per hour. So maybe he's going a little too fast for the area. Maybe it's like a 45-mile-an-hour road. We're going 20 over. So almost 50% over the speed limit. And it can cause some issues like this. If we're going a little slower, it might have prevented it. But let's just say we couldn't prevent it. So part of being a smart rider is acquiring that gear just in case. Just in case. But it's going to cause jostling in the handlebar, so then when it's time to straighten up or turn for the next turn, he's not in a good position, and then there's the crash. So here we go. What do we got? Intersections, orange stage. Watch out for road surface hazards. Terrible. Should have stopped, but get yourself out of there. Don't brake while you're still in the middle of the road, so you can have this verbal communication. Get yourself out of there. All right, so the bus switched over. Not a big deal. Good job letting them in. Being a cooperative rider and driver is important because you're going to lose. And honestly, even if I'm in my sweet Chrysler Pacifica, that's a big vehicle, and I do want to get a truck, and hopefully somebody does total my vehicle and actually allows me to pay for a truck, I still don't want to do it. I still don't want to go through the paperwork, so I'm trying not to hit anybody.
The cyclist coming out from...
But if a natural disaster or something happens, like the city and somebody like crashes into my car and pays me out for a new truck, I mean, that'd be cool.
Behind the bus, completely not making
so line of sight issues.
Biker any chance to...
Oh, jeez. So cyclists at fault. Should have been paying attention, crossing the road. We're not trying to make excuses for the dum-dums out there, but we're trying to understand the dum-dums out there so that we don't become a problem. So it's a line of sight issue with this bus. It's a line of sight. We can't see what's around the corner. We don't anticipate anybody coming around the corner, but I just anticipate, if I can't see, I'm just going to anticipate somebody's going to want to come out. Okay? I don't care, especially buses, because then kids or pedestrians, like, I'm worried somebody's going to come out.
Didn't give this biker any chance to react.
So what can we do in this situation? Not much. I like to creep around, and I treat it like I'm at a haunted house. And I've used this analogy before, but if like I'm going around And I'm going around like a corner, and I'm like, okay, I know somebody could do a jump scare. It's like I'm looking around the corners. Okay, nobody's around the corner. I go to the next corner. Anybody around the corner? Going to the next corner. I'm constantly doing that, or I throw my friend in front so that they get scared first, and then I know what's happening. But kind of what I do here. I don't know what's around this bus. I'm gonna creep up to it. No one? Okay, go. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
React.
Go to bed, Dad. What?
Chuck.
Yeah, sacrifice your friends in front.
Oh, that
All
must.
right, here we go.
Chuck.
What's up, Chuck?
Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Two that are 2 up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna get a thumbnail right here?
Oh my god!
Babe.
Oh, jeez. Interesting. Once I get a thumbnail.
Babe.
Let's get a little. There we go. Got a thumbnail. Okay. Not good. Mechanism of injury here. Not good. Now, why do you think that happened? Let's go back just a little bit before. Okay, it looks like a corner. We didn't navigate that corner very well. It's a very simple corner. Maybe why do you think we didn't navigate a very, very simple corner? Maybe not paying attention. Maybe a little zoned out. Could be. Or there could have been a road surface hazard, caused that jostling that we just saw, the handlebars, and then they couldn't correct in time and then crashed on the outside. Could be. Target fixation. Could be. Could be looking this way instead of looking that way. There's a lot of things that could have happened, but we don't know because of this.
Babe.
So all we do know is the crash, and hopefully our cervical spine, our neck, and our back is fine, our head is fine, our bones are fine because we're out in the middle of nowhere. So it could be a bad incident, hopefully not. So this is why we rescue. Walking wounded is good. It means blood flow is working well. Hopefully the bike is
You're right.
salvageable. A lot of crash guards.
Hang on, come around this side.
Those came in handy.
Sorry.
There you go. Lift it up that way. Perfect.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Sure?
Good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hey.
That's the main thing, is that everyone's fine.
Come on, babe. As long as you're all right, that's the main thing.
Exactly. As long as you're right, that's the main thing. Very good. I'm glad he said that. All right. So road surface hazards. It might be wet. We're going to low side. There it is. So maybe tires are bald. Maybe there's oil on the ground, but it's wet, but we're going a little fast. Chevrons indicate a sharp turn. And then we lost traction. Then we put our hands out. So that's a natural reaction. Put our hands out. What do you think would protect our hands? Some gloves. Wear some gloves so you're not ripping up all of this. Imagine trying to go to work and your hands are tore up. You're going to have to take time off of work. You might have a broken bone. You might have nerve damage. And then your buddy runs you over and crushes your pelvis. I mean, overall, a bad day for this guy. Overall, a bad day. And wearing sandals. What's this pattern called? Already can tell, right? What do you think is going to happen? I haven't seen this video probably in like 2+ years. I've seen lots of these types of videos. This is an open lane pattern. My best guess right now is that this white car is going to pull out in front of us because they don't want to be stuck behind that semi. And they see that our lane is open, so open lane pattern. Let's see if I'm right. So once you start recognizing open lane patterns like that, your car driving, your motorcycle riding, you just being in a passenger, you will start seeing this stuff ahead of time. And what you do is just let them in. Stay staggered and be like, this person's going to pull out in front of me. Watch. It's a nice little party trick. It's a fun party trick. Be like, just watch. You don't have to do 3, 2, 1. No, you just be like, watch. This person's going to pull out in front of me. And then boom, they do. It's kind of fun after a while. What else do we got? Okay. Kind of hanging out here, a little rubber ducky. What are we checking here? We have uncommon thing. Anybody passing? Yep. Find a new position for safety. Okay. OLP, that's right. Okay, sharp left turn. Chevrons indicate that. Road surface is okay. We're handling it well. Very good. All right, motorcycle almost wipes out on sand. Uh-oh, loss of traction issue. We're going a little fast. 101. I'm assuming this is going to be miles per hour. Yeah. Lost a little traction. One sec. What was that speed limit? Oh, it's kilometers. Okay, so it's kilometers an hour. So 50 kilometers per hour. So he's going double. He's going double. Got lucky. All right, intersection, orange stage, prepped and ready for anything. Non-issue. Non-issue. I wouldn't be too upset by that one. Not a big deal for me. RP Moto. Gonna do a wheelie. Do a wheelie. Don't crash, though. What is that person doing?
What you doing?
Some people in... What the heck? I want one of those. Some people in neighborhoods ride in the middle of the road. Or drive in the middle of the road. They just do, but they didn't see us. I want that thing. That looks fun.
What?
That looks fun.
I don't know. I don't know what this guy's...
At least he's got a motorcycle helmet on.
Hey, you're on video, man!
Oh, then they went back? Interesting. This is probably the end of the video right here. Yep, it is. So thank you so much, Motostars, for putting that video out there. Remember to grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge or the Pro. Links in the description for 10% off. Hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and don't make a lot of the mistakes these guys did, but also learn from it. Okay, learn from it. So take it on next ride. See if you can see open lane patterns ahead of time. Write in the comments if you do. But I'll be seeing you guys on the next live stream. Boom, look at that. Woo-wee. Oh, we didn't have music playing this whole time. I'm glad Riffs of Horror. That was a thumbnail, you looking back at whatever the thing is. But yeah, 2.5 hours of this live class. We're going to be doing another one next week, and then I'm going to be taking a week off because I'll be on a cruise. So that'll be fun. Never been on one. 250 likes, guys. If you're heading out right now, click that like button before you head out. See if we can hit 300. See if we can hit 275 right now. Just need 22 more. 22 more likes. It is 12:47 my time, Mountain Standard Time. So Mountain Standard Time. Not a singles cruise. I have a girlfriend. Alaska. I'm excited about that. I want some cold weather. 260 likes. All right, 15 more. Look at that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But, guys, hit that like button before you head out. I'm going to go ahead and take a pee because I've been holding it in this whole time. I'm glad you guys got to know about my bowel movements. But I'll be taking off. Guys, relax. Grab some pizza on the way out. I'll be seeing you guys later. I'm taking my elevator to my own private bathroom.